I'm thinking today I'm going to do a little like a 2-in-1 video right now because I won't be able to do a post game today or just any kind of video tomorrow. So I'm going to do 2 pre-games for today and tomorrow's game right now. So right now, the Flyers are going to be facing Edmonton tonight at 9 in Edmonton. And right now it's not confirmed, but most likely Anthony Stolarz is going to get the nod in net against Mikko Koskinen of Edmonton, who has been really surprising for Edmonton this season. And he's probably been their best goalie, honestly, besides Cam Talbot, because Cam Talbot really hasn't been himself the past couple of seasons. And yeah, Koskinen, in his past start against Colorado on Tuesday, he allowed 4 goals on 43 shots, which is pretty decent in their win against Colorado. And right now I think he's 12-3-2 with a 217 goals against, which is pretty good for the rate of goal scoring this season. It's been up on the upside, and Koskinen's been pretty solid for Edmonton. He's also got 3 shutouts, so that's also something. Yeah. Line-wise, I really don't expect many changes to be made. The first 3 lines, they're probably going to be staying the same, but the 4th line is really interchangeable. You can always slot in Yuri Laterra for Phil Veroni. But I like the way Verone has been playing these past couple games since he's been called up for the limited amount of ice time he's got. He's gotten some chances. He brings some energy, and I think he's deserved the chances that he's got from his MVP season last year in the AHL and for his hot start this season for the Phantoms. So, yeah, the Lions really, I expect them to stay the same, but defensively, they're probably going to stay the same too, but I really don't understand why Andrew McDonald's getting top minutes over someone like Travis Sanheim, because Sanheim, over this past couple months even, has been the best defenseman for the Flyers right now, even though in the beginning he was slumping offensively. He wasn't really showing that potential that he showed in juniors and in the AHL. But over the past couple of weeks, he's been showing his offensive potential. And against Columbus, he scored 2 goals, and the game against Calgary, he scored a really nice goal against Mike Smith on a little mini breakaway. So, yeah, you can just see it in Sanheim's game. He's getting more confident. He's starting to showcase what his potential can be. And I think Sanheim is just going to increasingly get better as the season goes along. So I think Sanheim's minutes should get increased over that of Andrew McDonald. Really, I don't understand the defensive struggles right now for the Flyers because it's literally the same decor from last year. And then you get... Honestly, I think with Provorov and his struggles, I really think it's just more mental than anything. Because there has been rumors he's been using a shorter stick, or his injury from the playoffs last year is still nagging him, and that's affecting his play, but I really just think it's a confidence thing right now. Who knows, it could be an injury and he's just playing through it. I don't know. He just doesn't look like Otter Provorov of last year. And you can also just say that he was due for a year that he struggled. And any good player in the NHL, they've had years where they struggled. So maybe Provorov, this is just his year to struggle, and he'll get better from this. And just rework his game to get better. And yeah, there's really not much to say about this game defensively. I really don't think the Flyers are matched up for Edmonton. I think Connor McDavid's going to have a lot of fun playing against this defense and torching them, because Connor McDavid is literally a god on the ice. So yeah, I think Connor McDavid's probably going to be having an outstanding night. But hopefully, with our offense, the way it's been produced in the past couple of games, maybe we can get something going, hopefully. Because right now, the offense has been basically run by Claude Giroux. He's been getting majority of the points these past couple of games, so hopefully... Because right now, he's on pace for over 100 points. He's on pace to have a better season than last, but right now, I don't think Claude cares about him breaking records. He most likely cares about fixing this team and getting them better, but... what are you going to do? So, yeah, I don't expect the Flyers to win this game. And then it prepares us for tomorrow night at 10 o'clock against Vancouver. A very young Vancouver team, actually. I'm not sure if they're the second youngest team. They're one of the youngest teams in the NHL, with the up-and-coming star risings of Brock Besser and Elias Peterson. So... yeah, Flyers are in it for their money tomorrow, because at Vancouver at the beginning of the season, they were playing good, but they've been slumping a little lately, but they're still a very dangerous team with all the young talent they have. So, tomorrow, it depends really on Stolar's game today, which will determine what happens tomorrow. Because we recently called up Alex Lyon because Michael Neuwirth and Brian Elliott have been sent back to Philadelphia because Neuwirth is expecting a child, and Brian Elliott, he had a scheduled medical appointment, so they both had to get sent back to Philly, which called up Alex Lyon and sent him over to Edmonton. So it really depends on Stolar's game today going into tomorrow, which will determine if he starts tomorrow or Alex Lyon gets the call against like a sort of weaker Vancouver team, but I really wouldn't count them as a weak team because they are pretty dangerous with all the talent they have. And honestly, with the lines and stuff, it all depends on how the Flyers perform today. Like, say, if the Flyers utterly dominate Edmonton, which is not going to happen, but who knows, it might. We can never predict this team. If they dominate Edmonton tonight, the lineup's probably going to stay the same for tomorrow. Or if Edmonton completely obliterates us tonight, the lineup's going to look a lot different tomorrow. So it really all depends on tonight's game on how to predict tomorrow's game and that lineup structure. So, and honestly, I expect tomorrow to be a much closer game, but I just don't expect the Flyers to win any of these games going into the little break they have because this team needs a change. And I think losing these next two games will prove even more that this team needs some kind of a change. So, there has been rumors that the Flyers are tied to St. Louis to make a big deal because recently there have been rumors that Vladimir Tarasenko, Alex Pietrangelo, they're on the trading block because their season just hasn't been up to par with their standards. And I think Vladimir Tarasenko really wants to be off of St. Louis just because of all the cancer that's going on down there. Recently, a couple days ago, during practice, two other players got into a fight. So it's just been a downward spiral for St. Louis, a downward spiral for both teams, and two teams that probably really need a shakeup in their cores. So, who knows? If the Flyers lose these next two games, could we see a possible trade with St. Louis? Could we see Vladimir Tarasenko in a Flyers uniform? Who knows? I would accept Vladimir Tarasenko because he is a profound goal scorer in this league, and I think he just needs a change of scenery, and he needs to play with the right people. So, trading for Vladimir, I think he's making $7.5 a year. It's around the same amount that JVR is making per year. So who would you... Honestly, I would trade maybe... I would put Voracek on the board, maybe, to give the St. Louis. They're making around the same much. They're losing Tarasenko's contract, and I think they can afford Voracek's contract after losing Tarasenko. And getting Tarasenko for us, that'll just put more money up on the board for the free agency next season and put less money on the cap, which helps us a lot. But I think it's going to be a lot more than just adding Tarasenko to the lineup that's going to fix this team. This team does need a veteran top four defenseman. And who knows, they can make a blockbuster to get both Pietrangelo and Tarasenko, but it's all just rumors and speculation right now. Can't guarantee anything, but Chuck Fletcher, he is determined to shape this team up. He needs to evaluate this team more. And I think being on this team over this road trip is going to help him evaluate what changes he needs to make. So, what are your opinions going into these two games? What do you think Chuck Fletcher has to do to make this team better for the rest of the season and going on? Who do you want him to acquire and who do you want him to get rid of? And honestly, what do you expect from these next two games overall? Do you think Connor McDavid's going to torch us? Do you think Elias Peterson's going to torch us? Or do you think the Flyers are just going to be the unpredictable team and just win both games by flat out dominating the opposition? Who knows? So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section, boys, and drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.